So I also want to have a little round of applause here for Dr. Daniel Sturman, because Dr. Sturman was actually the catalyst for us thinking about getting into funding clinical trials. It was stemmed from a conversation we had at a small group meeting, and Dr. Sturman is really one of the thought leaders in this disease and really has helped me to sort of clarify in my mind some of the directions that we need to lead in. So Dan, thank you very much for your help. So you're both pulmonologists, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we have two pulmonologists who have really, you almost model more of what we see in the UK, where you have the pulmonary specialists leading a lot of the malignancies. And here you really play a very key role in mesothelioma, and a unique role. We don't usually have a pulmonologist so involved with the medical aspects of a malignancy. So I'm wondering, in terms of clinical trials, you're both involved in clinical trials. Tobias, what is your interest in clinical trials? Where is your focus today?
So my background is obviously, like Mary said, I'm a pulmonary physician. I'm also interested in immunology, and so my interest is really cancer immunotherapy and viral therapy of malignancies using oncolytic viruses. And the clinical trial that I'm currently involved with actually uses the mesothelioma virus, which was mentioned in one of the previous presentations as an oncolytic virus, and we are administering this virus directly into the pleural space using a Pleurex catheter, with the hope that the virus will potentially directly kill tumor cells by recognizing them better than the surrounding normal cells, and that the virus might also function as a vaccine, triggering an anti-tumor immune response as an additional effect here. And our study is currently a phase 1 study, which is fairly early in its development, and that's what my clinical trial involvement is at this time. Certainly, as Mary pointed out, as pulmonologists, we are typically more involved at the beginning of the disease, specifically diagnosing the disease, staging the disease. But from my perspective, I think it's also important that we follow through and are involved in the therapeutics of the disease.
Mm-hmm. Dan?
So I come from a very similar background as Tobias. My background is as a pulmonologist. I also am one of the pioneers in a relatively new field called interventional pulmonology, which is new here in the United States and it's kind of a hybrid between some aspects of thoracic surgery and pulmonary medicine, in which we use scopes in the air passages into the chest cavity to diagnose and treat chest cancers and other diseases. And my interest is in combining some of the things that Tobias said, which is the ability to deliver novel treatments, often which involve stimulating the body's immune system to fight cancer, and then using some of these other instrument-based techniques, the scopes, into the lungs and into the chest cavity, into the pleural space, to both deliver and monitor the benefits of therapy. So I'm a plumber, but I'm a plumber that has an interest in what's going on inside the plumbing. And my goal is that we work together as a team. I think that the answers to mesothelioma are not going to come from one discipline. It's not going to be just from surgery or just from radiation therapy, just from medical oncology. So I think that pulmonologists are used to working as part of a team. We often have to take a team approach to diagnosing patients and managing them, and so that we fit in very well to the team that's going to manage patients with mesothelioma, both in the fact that we can help with the diagnosis and the staging of the disease, as well as helping in guiding the best therapies. And it's always good, I think, to have a pulmonologist on board if you're discussing, for example, surgery or radiation therapy, because underlying lung function is going to have a great impact upon whether or not a patient's going to be a candidate for an intervention. A patient may be a perfect candidate for surgery, but may not be someone who could survive the surgery from a lung function perspective. So I think our general pulmonary skills do come in handy, even though we're very interested in the scientific side.
So, Tobias, I wonder if you could just the basics. After an extrapleural lumenectomy, how does a patient breathe? Could you sort of explain, how the other lung will take over, and sort of some of the changes of, what are patients to expect following that type of a surgery?
Yeah.